is Valerie TechDrawl, and I'm here with
David Williams.
Obie Fernandez.
So I understand you guys have been in a new joint venture or have found a way to use your resources for the benefit of both of you. So do you mind talking about that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll let Dave go first.
Sure. Well, I founded a company called BLiNQ Media, which is a social engagement advertising company, back in early 2008. And since then, we've developed a pretty deep relationship with Facebook, they've allowed us to have access to their advertising API, where we've been building technology that sits on top of their advertising platform. And in developing that technology, we found the need to bring in some Ruby on Rails experts outside of our internal sort of competency, and that's where we brought in Obie and his team from HashRocket.
Yeah. So HashRocket is an agency. We specialize in web design and development, and we're headquartered in Jacksonville Beach, so part of the TechDrawl's area. And yeah, we met Dave, I guess, through some referrals and things. And I was with an ATDC member company at ATDC Graduate back in the early 2000s, Mediaocean. So well connected to the ATDC scene and various people here. And we got 4 people working with Dave and busted out a great new version of the BLiNQ Ad Manager in just a couple months, I believe. So, I'll let Dave talk about the work we did, I guess, if you want him to.
Yeah, tell me a little more about what we did for you.
Okay, well, we've developed a ad system called the BLiNQ Ad Manager, BAM for short, essentially built in Ruby on Rails. And I guess our first initiative to build the ad platform was unsuccessful from a business perspective, which is when I researched kind of the best in the industry to help come in and sort of salvage the project. And Obie's team came in and within a matter of 6 weeks got us to the point where we had a working demo and the product was approved by Facebook, one of a handful of companies globally that actually has an ad platform that's been approved by Facebook. And since then we've been continuing to work with Obie and his team to kind of take the product to the next level, as well as building our own internal team. So our team's been working very collaboratively down in their office, and then also in terms of working remotely with our team based up here in Atlanta, which is based in the ATDC.
Okay, so you both have mentioned ATDC briefly, but can you tell me a little more about how ATDC has impacted your projects, impacted your understanding of the business, those sort of things?
Well, I've been very interested in getting involved with ATDC for quite some time. The previous company that I had started called 360i, we had actually acquired a ATDC-based company called SearchIgnite back in 2005. I lived 3 blocks away from the ATDC, so from a personal perspective, I was very interested in getting involved. But it's been great. Lance Weatherby has been our catalyst at the ATDC, has provided us with a lot of guidance as it relates to the strategic aspect of the business and helped us get into the program. We're currently one of 20 companies in the ATDC, and it's great in terms of the networking with the other CEOs, the flexibility in terms of the lease terms, and just kind of the vibrance of the overall tech community and the interest of actually, the real ability to attract high-quality technology talent. A lot of the folks we're finding really want to work for ATDC companies.
And how about you?
It's just a great network to work with, and I lived in Atlanta for 10 years, and know Lance and worked with Tony Antoniadis earlier, and it's just fun working with startups, but especially startups that know what they're doing, and ATDC gives companies good footing, and is helping the Southeast thrive. And since I'm a proud member of the Southeast tech community, it's just great to be a part of that and to work with such great people and such talented teams.
You mentioned that Facebook only has a few companies that have certified programs. Was that a difficult process?
Well, given my prior background in the search space, we had developed a system very similar for search advertising through their ad APIs, and then also based on our customer list, we were able to gain early access to the API. So I think it was a very selective process that they went through. Right now, we're one of the only real pure play social media companies in the US that has actual access to the API. Most of the other firms we've seen out there are more search marketing firms that are basically plugging into this social API. So I think from that perspective, what we've developed is highly differentiated in the market, not only in the US, but also throughout the world. We're starting to get calls from a lot of major companies, Web 2.0 companies such as Groupon, is very interested in what we're doing. Companies such as Zynga, major social gaming companies, are really looking at ways that they can leverage the ad platform through Facebook, but which is not currently available through the self-service systems. They're really looking for technology like ours to help them manage and maximize their efforts. And also Facebook is really looking to us as well as a strategic partner to help them continue to monetize their advertising inventory for their partners. And in terms of what Obie's team's brought to the table as well, just to kind of point out not only the expertise in Ruby on Rails, but in terms of the expertise that they bring to the table in terms of agile development, product development, in terms of the way these guys run their shop. Our teams have actually learned quite a bit in terms of the discipline that's required to develop in Ruby on Rails. And I think that's really helped us to kind of really expedite the process, and it's one of the reasons we've been so successful so far.
Yeah, I mean, some technology partners will take your requirements and kind of function in a black box, and then after a set period of time, they'll give you a demo or they'll give you the end release, and you don't know what you're necessarily going to get if it fits your needs. We work in the completely opposite fashion. It's very collaborative, and over the course of our history, we've developed a very strong, very opinionated set of agile practices. So enabling our clients to learn that and to use that to the benefit of their business is actually, like a big part of what we consider our value proposition. So, yeah, it was a great project. Interesting technology challenges with Facebook's APIs, which some of them we found were, had tough documentation kind of issues or just bizarre behavior at times. So, doing it in a time, critical sort of fashion because there were time constraints and things, and yeah, it sounded, it was a great project to work on, and we continue to work together. So
that's great to hear. So the geographic distance isn't a barrier.
No, I'd say actually Obie spends quite a bit of time here in Atlanta, so we've probably seen each other several times in the last month or so. Our team is a short drive and flight to his office. We've driven down there before and flown down. I think that hasn't been a hindrance at all. If anything, the teams work very well together remotely. And
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we love doing business with clients here in Atlanta. You're not the first one, but definitely the geographic proximity, and there's kind of this shared camaraderie between the two communities. I think Jacksonville has a smaller tech community, but a lot of vibrancy there, and I'm trying to definitely get it started up. But for now, yeah, kind of like sister cities almost.
Wonderful. Well, that's great to hear. It was a very interesting project, and thank you so much both for your time, and have a great time at the conference.